Today it seems like every streaming service has an overabundance of
zombies,
movies and TV series. But when will this craze fade away? There was a time when vampire movies were all the craze.
Hello, Charlie.
And in some ways, vampires are more likely to stand the test of time. In this week's video, I'm counting down my picks for the top 10 vampires from movies from the 1980s and 1990s. Please note that this list will only consist of male actors, as this channel is, well, geared towards gay viewers. Gay, 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 gay. I won't be including Bram Stoker's Dracula starring Gary Oldman because, well, that movie is in a league of its own.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Nicolas Cage is an actor whose career has been on a rollercoaster ride of up and downs for decades now. During the late 1980s, his career took its first dive when he appeared in the 1989 movie Vampire's Kiss.
Yep.
The movie was a box office flop, but luckily it garnered a cult following due to Nicolas Cage's over-the-top performance. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm sitting outside, it's such a beautiful day outside and I decided to do my videos outside. I shoot all my videos for the week on one day. Back to Nicolas Cage. This over-the-top performance of Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss inspired Christian Bale to portray Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, which was released in 2000. Irrespective of what you think of the movie, you have to agree that this movie won't be the same if it wasn't for Nicolas Cage's over-the-top spiral into madness.
You can't just walk away. You don't know what you're doing. Damn it! I said I love you. Ugh.
Kiefer Sutherland was perfect for the role of David in The Lost Boys, encapsulating David's traits of being charismatic, calculating, and intimidating.
You don't have to beat me, Michael. You just have to try and keep up.
He had the classic bad guy looks with his leather jackets, mullet hairstyle, and of course the ability of persuasion. The character of David, as well as Sutherland's performance, was well received upon the movie's release, and in the years that followed, David has become somewhat of an icon villain in pop culture.
Drink some of this, Michael.
Very few vampires from the 1980s come close to being as seductively evil as Kiefer Sutherland. Robert Sean Leonard plays a teenage delivery boy who finds himself turning into a vampire after an encounter with one of his customers. Only 18 at the time, this was Leonard's big break, but he would only garner recognition 2 years later for appearing in Dead Poets Society.
I made a fool of myself with Darla because I'm a vampire.
Leonard's probably best known for his role as Dr. James Wilson on the TV series House, MD. But if it wasn't for this goofy teen vampire comedy from the 1980s, we'd probably never would have gotten the chance to see his acting skills. Chris Sarandon played Jerry Dandridge in the 1985 movie Fright and has been considered by many as a perfect specimen of a sophisticated, sensual vampire with a hidden agenda.
Charlie, don't be rude. Shake hands.
Sarandon started his acting career all the way back in 1969, when he portrayed Dr. Tom Halverson on the soap opera Guiding Light for 4 years. He made his transition into movies in 1974 and even starred in one of the best crime movies of all time, Dog Day Afternoon.
Now that I've been made welcome, I'll probably drop by quite a bit.
But it was his role as Jerry Dandridge in Fright that exposed him to an entire new generation of audiences, hungry for vampires and secretly crushing on Jerry for all the wrong reasons. Probably the only movie Oprah Winfrey walked out of only 10 minutes in due to its subject matter, Interview with a Vampire has gone on to become a cult classic because of its 2 male stars.
You'll get used to killing. Just forget about that mortal coil.
Tom Cruise portrayed Lestat, and the anti-hero of the franchise written by Anne Rice. Julian Sands was originally the frontrunner for the role of Lestat, but the role was eventually given to a more bankable Tom Cruise, who made the role his own and immortalized his performance in pop culture.
It's your coffin, my love. Enjoy it.
Anne Rice has gone on record to say that she was not impressed with Tom Cruise's performance as Lestat and she would rather have Brad Pitt in the role.
His name is Lestat.
But in my honest opinion, I cannot imagine anybody else portraying Lestat other than Tom Cruise. I'll go maybe Stuart Townsend. Or Sam Reed. Actually, I think all 3 portrayals are very spot on. What do you think? Let me know in the comments who is your favorite Lestat. Do you remember Dwayne from The Lost Boys? Of course you do. Everybody remembers that iconic goth look that Wirth brought to The Lost Boys. the stereotypical tall, dark and handsome vampire, which was speculated by fans as the second in command of the vampire gang. Dwayne was portrayed as an enigma, strong and silent, rarely included in conversation, and is the epitome of the saying "still waters run deep." It is safe to say that Dwayne was a blueprint for vampire movies in the years that followed, as vampires in more recent movies are portrayed as brooding loners who seldomly speak to others. Brad Pitt was already one of the hottest new stars in Hollywood after his electrifying performance in Thelma and Louise, so it just made sense to cast him as the second protagonist of Interview with a Vampire. In a 2022 interview, Pitt stated that the reason why he looked so miserable during the movie was the fact that he was miserable. He felt miserable from shooting months on end in windowless rooms and dark sets.
I mean you no harm.
You have to admit, even though it's depressing, it added some depth to his character and made his performance worthy of being on this list. B-list action star Casper Van Dien played a vampire? That's correct.
Hello, Count. It's been a long time.
What do you want, my lovely city?
After his breakthrough role as Johnny Rico in 1997 Starship Troopers, his career took a bit of a slump and he starred in some questionable movies in the years that followed. One of those questionable movies, which turned out to be actually not that bad, was the direct-to-video Modern Vampires that co-starred Kim Cattrall. In the movie, Count Dracula is in Los Angeles running the nightclub scene, while Van Dien plays a rogue vampire who goes around biting people without the Count's permission. I'm not making this up. That is actually the plot of the movie in a nutshell. Told you it's a questionable movie, but still entertaining. What's stranger than the plot of the movie is that the movie came in at third place at the Fantasia Film Festival in 1997. Based on a Marvel comic superhero of the same name, Blade was released in 1998. And despite not having any connection to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it was the first Marvel movie to be a box office success and opened the door to so many other movie adaptations of the comic book heroes. Obviously now there's superhero fatigue, but let's go back to before it all started. Stephen Dorff portrayed Deacon Frost, a very ambitious vampire who believes vampires to be the apex predator and that their kind should be ruling humans, rather than masquerade as them.
Sunblock. Hey, it's a start, right? The goal, of course, is to be like you. Daywalker.
Deacon seemingly retained nothing of his humanity, and it was his sadistic, vengeful demeanor that made him the ultimate bad boy and pinnacle of vampire antagonists. You can't tell me that you didn't have a secret crush on Deacon Frost back in the day. When it comes to the ultimate vampire, only one person comes to mind: Wesley Snipes. Well, for me anyway. I might be in a minority, I'm not sure. Snipes portrayed Eric Brooks, a human vampire hybrid who hunts vampires. His character is cynical, holds a temper, and yet, despite everything, his endurance is what makes most fans like him. And of course the fact that he's a muscular loner who hunts his own kind.
We got no mask, no cape, no tights, none of that. You know, straight up man.
Wesley Snipes embodies everything Blade is about, and I don't think anyone else could have done the role justice. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to click like and subscribe. That way you'll stay up to date as soon as I post a new video. I post new videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. For a similar video to this one that I specifically picked out for you, click on this link or try the YouTube suggestion.